It's constantly building, right? I always I tell my kids, if you don't get stronger today, you're going to get weaker. There's no stay still. So it's the idea that if I didn't grow, if I didn't try hard today, if I didn't make votes for myself today, that I'm going to be lesser than I was that day. So, and I think once you do it enough times, it becomes part of who you are.
Okay.
So it's not something you even think about.
Right.
I told you about the ice bath that we do every day. It's a vote for myself. Atomic Habits is a book that I read a couple of years ago. It's a book about creating habits and starting small and building on them, and then making them just part of who you are, part of your psyche over time. But I think of everything I do as a vote for who I am.
A vote for who you are. Interesting.
Yeah. So,
I like the way you
and
put
that's from
that.
Atomic Habits. So, it's a vote for who you are. So everything that I'm doing every day is a vote for who I am. So again, if I do something that I view as weak, then I feel like I've got to come back with 7 strong things to counteract the weak. And once you do it enough, I think that it just becomes part of who you are.
That's like a second nature more so than actively thinking about. It's a habit.
It becomes
it's literally what a habit is.
It becomes your own habit. It's like you're making a vote for or against. So how are you voting right now? How are you voting today?
Okay, so that's a really interesting concept actually. You stay motivated by relying on the healthy habits that you've developed.
Yeah, because I believe a person is an amalgam of all the actions that they do in their life, right?
Yeah.
And then even more recently, I'm really who I have been the last 6 months, because that 6-month version of me is, first of all, whoever I was 6 months ago, and then all the votes that I've done the last 6 months. So that's essentially who I am right now. So again, you can build yourself into a different person in a short period of time if you make enough votes for something.
Wow.
So again, like if you want to be a disciplined, fantastic golfer, you can set the whole game plan for it. Like, when do I need to wake up? When do I need to practice? How much practice do I need to put in? What kind of shots should I be doing? How many of those shots? What do I need to do to get to a certain score? What do I need to work on? And if you do it for 6 months to a year, and if you really actively do it for 3 to 5 hours a day, you can take someone who's a 50 handicap down to a 5 handicap
100%.
within 6 months. And a lot of it's mental, right? That's the other part about golf we haven't talked about, is it's physical and muscle memory, and there's a lot of potential that goes into how good someone is, but so much of it's mental.
It's mostly mental.
My brother, fantastic golfer, the worst mental game I've ever seen.
Really?
So he could go from shooting +5 to +40 really quick.
Wow.
As far as like one whole round,
mental's not there.
because he would blow up, and because he would consistently not be able to keep it together.
Part of this is like I want to give my guests a good value,
Yeah.
getting to see a course that you might not get to play every day. The other part of it is life's like a constant work in progress. So even if the first edition is not perfect, you always pull some sort of lesson from it, apply it to the next one. So part of it is just an exercise in learning what works and what doesn't.
That's the best way to figure things out, is to try and fail.
Yeah, I feel like experience is a great teacher.
Wow. Killed it. It went into the air. Kept going higher.
This is ground control.
I ripped on that one.
I started an electrical company 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's
You started
that
an
too.
electrical company.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
So that runs out of the same shop and everything.
Cool.
It's actually the same company, but we're splitting it now. We got it to run kind of well enough where it can beat its own thing.
Very cool.
Yeah,
So is that part of your risk management strategy, is diversification?
maybe bored's not the right word, but I like to do multiple things.
Yeah. Life's too short to not explore. That's part of the reason I'm doing this channel, actually, is exactly what you're saying. Just not necessarily getting bored, but wanting to explore the different
You gotta do other
aspects of
things.
life.
Most people kind of go toward comfort in all sorts of different ways, and
Right.
if you do that, you die.
Comfort kills, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta push yourself to do new things, other things. You gotta constantly try to make yourself uncomfortable and learn and grow.
That's where growth comes from, right? Is that discomfort. Going back to working out in the gym.
If anyone ever asks like what the first thing to do to get right, it's always
Exercise.
It's exercise. I say start at the gym, but exercise, do something, get out, move for a couple hours,
Yeah,
sweat.
totally.
And if you can do that and you can discipline in doing that, then you're way ahead of the game. Then your mind is more right. It's more willing to accept trusting yourself, because the first person that you have to build trust with is yourself.
For sure.
I'm impressed by the fact that you are not only willing to listen to other people and try to take lessons from them, but actively seeking it out.
Yeah.
Because most people want to fall down and fail without, and then figure it out on their own. So the fact that you're trying to take the lessons that your parents gave you and also take lessons that weren't maybe taught to you and not figure things out, but take those 4 wisdoms and use them in your life is, I think, it can be pretty powerful. Obviously, you got to be careful about the wisdoms you take.
Can't just listen to everybody,
Yeah,
right?
but
You pick and choose the things that resonate with you, and
absolutely.